Okay, so today we're going to dive into something I think a lot of us can relate to. That feeling of like running in place, like you're not really hitting your full stride, you
Oh,
know?
yeah, for sure.
And we've been digging into this source called Stop Living on Autopilot, Wake Up and Level Up. And
Catchy title.
right, it really kind of cuts to the chase with this idea that there are things that keep us stuck. And more importantly, how we can break free.
It
And
is kind of amazing how many people just kind of get stuck.
it is. And so if you've ever felt this like nagging sense of untapped potential, this deep dive is especially for you.
Yeah, if you've ever felt that kind of, almost like a little itch that you can't quite scratch. Like, you should be doing something more, but you're not sure exactly what it is or how to get there.
Exactly. And so today we're going to pull out the core insights from Stop Living on Autopilot to help you understand those feelings of being stuck. And we're going to look at how setting really clear goals can be a powerful way to start actually making progress.
I love how this source talks about the comfort zone. Like right off the bat, it's like, boom, this is the thing.
Yeah, the comfort zone.
This self-made cage, basically. And you know what I find fascinating is how it suggests that we kind of build this cage without even realizing it. By just observing the adults in our lives early on and how they struggled with stuff, we learn to avoid those same things.
It's almost like we're pre-programmed for safety.
Yeah, exactly. Like our young minds saw the grown-ups facing hurdles and just decided, nope, not for me. I'm going to stay right here where it's nice and safe.
So we end up building these mental walls, right?
Exactly.
And it's interesting because the source really emphasizes that while the comfort zone feels secure in the moment, long-term, it can really squash your dreams.
It's like the ultimate dream killer. I mean, think about it. It's the difference between just surviving and truly thriving.
And the source uses this great analogy. It's like your brain's alarm system starts going off at the slightest hint of a challenge, even if the actual risk is super small.
Right. And if you always choose the easy path, sidestepping challenges, maybe even giving up on those big aspirations you had, you end up in this place where life just feels like one long, low-level struggle.
And it becomes the norm. You just get used to it.
Exactly. And what's even more interesting is the source points out how this can actually lead to a lack of goal setting because deep down you're afraid of failing, right?
Like, what's the point of aiming for something if you're just going to fall short?
Right. And if you think about the big picture, living without goals is like wandering around aimlessly, like you're on a road trip with no destination in mind.
You're just driving.
You're just driving.
Okay, so let's talk about goals because the source doesn't just say, hey, have some goals. It's very specific. It says uncompromising goals.
Uncompromising. I love that word.
What's the difference? What does that really mean?
Well, I think the key difference is the level of commitment. These aren't just like, casual wishes or things you think would be kind of nice to have. Uncompromising goals are the things you've decided are absolutely non-negotiable.
They're like must-haves.
Must-haves, yeah. And the source argues that to achieve anything truly meaningful in life, you need that level of unwavering determination. You have to be willing to push through discomfort and obstacles. It's like shifting your mindset from I'd like to I absolutely will.
And it's interesting because the source uses this example of kids counting down to Christmas.
I love that example.
Yeah, it's so relatable.
It is.
December 25th might seem far off, but in a kid's mind, it's an absolute certainty. There's no plan B. Christmas is happening.
It's set in stone.
It's set in stone.
Yeah.
And the source suggests that we should treat our big life goals with that same level of unwavering certainty. Because when we do, it can generate that same intense focus and motivation to keep going no matter what.
It's interesting. A lot of people stay in that present-focused comfort zone mindset their whole lives. But this source challenges you directly. It asks, do you accept this as your destiny? Or do you dare to be different?
It's a powerful question.
It is. It's like a call to action. It's saying, hey, you have the power to choose a different path. You don't have to settle. It even asks you point blank, what are you willing to sacrifice to reach your dreams?
And it makes you think, do you even have goals in the first place?
Right. And if not, maybe today's the day to start setting them.
If we go back to the beginning, that comfort zone that we talked about, it might offer a sense of security, but it can really hold you back from achieving your full potential.
Yeah, it's like a ceiling you've unknowingly built for yourself.
But when you set firm, uncompromising goals, it's like having both a compass and an engine.
I like that.
It gives you direction and that constant push to keep moving forward even when things get tough.
Yeah, so to sum up, The big takeaways from Stop Living on Autopilot are that the comfort zone, which we often build without even realizing it, can really limit us.
But the good news is that there's a way to break free.
Exactly. And that's by defining those non-negotiable goals that give you direction and motivation. The source really wants you to focus on more than just the present moment. It wants you to strive for a life that has purpose and meaning.
A life filled with accomplishments that you're truly proud of. So with that in mind, here's a final thought for you to ponder. What's one small but significant goal that you can commit to today with so much conviction that compromise just isn't an option?
Yeah, what's that one thing you absolutely will not budge on?
Let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about it.
Right. That's it for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.